Hello, the internet! We are back. This is Michelle Newcomer.
And this is Sean Sparks, and welcome to another Hairtastic Top Countdown.
And today we are taking on... Bangs.
Alright, Sean, so my number 3 is Jim Carrey from Dumb and Dumber.
Lloyd Christmas.
Lloyd Christmas. So he has this haircut that I think really speaks to his character because it's just kind of this kind of sweet, unassuming, kind of childlike hair. And I even believe there's a scene in it too where he has this bowl on top of his head and he's getting one of those 90s child type
One of the straight bowl, almost Three Stooges, kind of like Bo from the Three Stooges. Yes. And actually, I think that was like the start of like the fade and the haircut. Only there was no fade back then. It was just like a bowl haircut and then this cool ledge that would come up.
Almost like this started like kind of layering that too.
The fade. My number 3 is Barbara Eden from I Dream of Jeannie. Oh. She, for me anyway, she was the lesser of the supernatural 50s housewives. I was definitely much more of a Bewitched fan. Mm-hmm. But if we're judging on bangs alone, Barbara Eden is bringing the bangs.
So my number 2 is one of my favorite TV characters of all time. It is Peggy Bundy from Married with Children, played by Katie Sagal.
Al! 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 I want to have sex, Al!
Peggy Bundy on Married with Children. It went for 11 seasons. These bangs went for 11 seasons from 86 to 97.
That's an impressive run.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, when I think of Peggy Bundy, I think of her on that iconic couch, eating bonbons, watching Oprah, that little walk she did everywhere in her heels, having conversations with her next door neighbor, Marcy Darcy. So also when we think of Peggy Bundy, we think of that red hair. It was high. 90s high, and she had bangs that were just these perfect coming out of the top of her hair, like
tarantula legs that are creeping down and eating her forehead.
Absolutely.
Yes.
That's exactly what
That's what most people think. Fox wanted a crazy, outlandish show of blue collar families. So I believe, if I remember right, the original pitch was they wanted like a show with Roseanne Barr and Sam Kinison as a married couple. So a lot of screaming. And out of that birthing of an idea came Married with Children. Interesting. My number 2 is star of such titles as Teaserama, Stripperama, and Varieties. And we were talking about legendary pinup model and actress from the 1950s, Betty Page. Betty Page was very anti-pinup almost a little bit, just because, back in the day, they were blondes, they were voluptuous, and she went for the dark side. She was kind of like the Tim Burton of pinup models, where she was dark hair, she had these bangs, she wore dark outfits, just a beautiful woman from back in the day that definitely rocked her bangs.
Very beautiful.
Alright, and now it's time for our honorable mention.
Olivia Pope from Scandal.
Kerry Washington. Now, she doesn't always rock the bangs, which is why she got honorable mention, but when she does, they're absolute perfection. Shonda Rhimes knows how to keep that in check.
Alright, Sean, so my number 1 is Zooey Deschanel.
Aww, new girl.
Absolutely. So Zooey Deschanel, and I'm not necessarily picking a certain character of hers, I'm just picking her. Because she rocks that blunt cut bangs in everything she does, and it's just her iconic style. Some of my favorite movies that she has been in have been Winter Passing with Will Ferrell and Almost Famous.
I loved her in the Apple commercial, now looking out the window. Siri, what's the weather like out today?
Is that rain?
And it's clearly raining outside. Siri tells her that it's raining.
Yes, it appears to be raining.
And then she decides to order local tomato soup and have it delivered.
Oh. Let's get tomato soup delivered.
I found a number of...
And my number 1 is Mia Wallace from Pulp Fiction.
Oh, that's a good one.
I love this character. I just remember the Uma Thurman, Mia Wallace scene so vividly, and who doesn't? John Travolta goes and picks her up, and he has to go and hang out, and she tells him that she'll be out in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. They have an incredible dance scene together. She has a very simple outfit that night, where it's like those little black capris and a little white shirt. But it was just such a big movie, and she was such a huge part of it. Her bangs rocked it for me.
Rocked it.
Rocked it. Thank you for joining us for our banging countdown. Bang on, Michelle.
Bang on, Sean.
Bang, bang, into the room.